Talk to me, tell me how you feel. Make sure you keep it real though. You already know the deal. When you come around here, it's unfiltered, baby. Did you hear about what happened? It's about to be crazy. What? You wanna know my opinion? Let's get to the bottom of the whole situation. Is he stating facts or is she just hating? Did we witness something on the grandest history in the making? Let's talk about it, but make sure.
It's like, what the hell just happened? That gave us a nice little bit warning. Yeah.
Shit, that Lil Yachty song fire right there. So
that's my boy. Okay, so
for those who don't know,
gather myself. Exactly. Give us some backup, please.
All right, so that's the City Girls Act Up challenge been going crazy. Been it's just females do anthems so they can turn up and say they can just do it.
Do stuff to the music. It's not a specific challenge.
Y'all just heard the lyrics. But it's like female power movement. Like this our turn up anthem. You feel me? For females. So recently it just came out that apparently Lil Yachty wrote the whole song. Anybody about that?
Yeah.
That's
my boy Lil Yachty got skills.
I ain't saying that he don't have any skills, but this song speaks a different volume to me because now that I hear it, that man wrote it. So it's not like a love song being written or a woman scorn song being written. It's like a woman turn up. So you have to be in that kind of mindset, right? So in my mind, I'm just imagining Lil Yachty sitting here writing these lyrics that we twerking to or whatever it is.
So he's gotten some backlash because they was like, well, you know what I'm saying, they look at him like he's funny or whatever because for him to be able to come up with these lyrics.
Well, no, if he's looking close enough at what's going on cultural wise, like all women, they on move, I don't need no dude. Oh, we trying to get the bag. So if you're speaking from that voice, it's pretty easy to kind of put you in that mindset. Because no, disrespect or anything, but it's pretty basic thoughts. So all you have to do is kind of,
Well, being that the City Girls and Lil Yachty are both a part of QC, like they know each other, they've been around each other, so Yachty knows the City Girls. So it's kind of easy for him to write this stuff for Young Miami because JT wrote her second verse or whatever.
That's what we heard. That was the only verse.
Yeah, that was the only verse that he didn't write.
But everything else in the chorus, it definitely is Yachty. Like if you listen to Yachty, it makes perfect sense to as to why Young Miami was rapping off beat because it was if you listen to Yachty, that's how he raps sometimes. So I hear Yachty in it. Like
I guess because I'm also new to being a fan of both individuals, the group as well as Lil Yachty. So I'm just kind of looking at it from the standpoint as a lot of people who are now. I guess you would say jumping on the bandwagon. So I'm hearing it from a standpoint of, if y'all would have never said this to me, that sounded like Lil Yachty, or that they actually didn't write the song, I'm like...
Well, I've kind of been a fan, kind of on and off. I'm originally from Miami, so I feel like for me, their music is semi reminiscent of what you would have found like Trina doing, and I felt like I connected to their music in that way. Now, as far as rapping they lyrics word for word, you know, I got a little, you know, a couple little songs from them that I like, but as far as being like a diehard, I don't.
So did you hear the song before this? Like, have you heard the song
Maybe
before?
like a snippet of it, but not like the full song. So I'm still.
I mean, I had heard of it, but I was more so familiar with them making memes out of the first little blurb of the song. You know, real ass give a fuck about me. Like that was like, you know, them using the acronym and memes and stuff like that. But I didn't say, oh, let me go look up this song and listen to it.
Well, let's be clear. If Act Up is the first City Girl song that you actually like, y'all sleep.
No, it wasn't.
I'll Take Your Man. That's that song right there.
When I think
And then Seasons with Lil Baby, that's a hit right there too. But it's kind of crazy because Yachty, he admitted to, you know, writing Act Up, but I feel like he probably done wrote more songs for them, you know.
Yeah.
So do we feel different about the song knowing now that Lil Yachty wrote it?
Hell no. The song is lit and it's gonna stay
still
lit.
It's just.
I don't care who write Cardi songs either. I still be turning up.
And that's the crazy thing is because Cardi be talking reckless too, and I like her songs. I guess because I just haven't sat down and really just.
She don't be writing her stuff either.
No. What I'm saying is that they both talk ratchet, and if I like ratchet from Cardi, then I should like ratchet from the City Girls. That's what I'm saying. So I was about to say I can't kind of use that reference of. Them being ratchet as to why I'm not listening to them. I just got to give them a chance to just listen out, which would then put me in a different place to understanding those lyrics.
And men been writing songs for females for
Babyface.
ever. So
And you go back to
and women been writing songs for men too. Candy Birds done wrote plenty of songs for dudes.
But Neo be writing tracks out here too. Babyface used to write tracks back in the day.
Dream,
What's that man?
The Dream wrote Dance
writes
for You by
everybody.
Beyonce. Like,
True. Some of her biggest hits have been written by other people. Honestly.
good.
Shut up.
It's better like that. That's why Rihanna don't be going around acting like she write her songs. She knows she stay getting a hit though.
I was just about to say some of her stuff has been written by people. They just
All of her stuff, majority. Neo definitely was a big part of her career blowing up, writing Take a Bow. Like
He sure did. Okay.
So alright, so how the song go? Real ass
bitch, give a fuck about it, nigga.
So is that the anthem for this summer? I've been hearing that a lot too.
I mean, they have so many quotables, like.
So is it a what they call it? Is it a summertime hit? Is it what we living by? You know, is this the Beyonce single?
I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like Act Up wasn't out in November, so I wouldn't say it's a high song for the summer, but
not
like,
even a song.
Is that your personality this summer when
Coming
you out
into
in these streets?
Nah, I'm more.
Yeah.
But see, if I'm gonna be a City Girl song this summer, it's gonna be Season, because in Seasons they say, is that season for a nigga to cut a check for no reason? Time to blow it bad. And that's what I'm on this summer. You know, I'm getting to this money, trying to get the bag and blow that bitch.
Well, I think that, I guess, what they're getting at is the fact that, I guess, it's kind of been known that in spring, you know, when women start wearing less clothes.
When they get their tax refund.
And they start wearing them sundresses.
That's the guys too.
And them little clapper pants. That, you know, dudes, them little like loose kind of pants where you can see like pretty much everything. Yes. But you know, it's known that dudes will act up. So it's like if you trying to carry a relationship into them seasons, it might be time for you to either be like, bruh, if you try it, you gonna get snatched up or you gonna get dropped.
So if winter is cuffing season, summer is act up season.
Well,
basically,
act up sounds a lot. If you go by what she just said about her just going with the vibe, like it's just I'm going with the flow. Just like how everybody do that period in between cuffing and actually being in a relationship. The one period where everybody's like we just kind of stuck. That's where everybody just it's whatever. I'm doing what I want. You do what you want.
I feel like people think that their options are way more, I guess, open during that time because it's like a lot of people get more breaks from work. It's, hot outside. You can be, more free with what you're wearing.
Man, this exactly. That's what I'm saying. Y'all saying the summers and stuff like females are only people who be acting up in the summertime. The Nike thought shorts that the men got, the wife beater, and the Nike flip flops, like that's the customary thought uniform for the summer.
Forget all that. I'm outside with my shirt off.
Yeah, everybody ain't able.
So people.
So I gotta my
but they don't be worried about their body, just like me. Summer's gonna get whatever body I give it. Period.
But nah, like summer is the time. I guess it is the time to act up, but like it's just because it's hot. If you don't want nobody, you ain't trying to be cuffed in the summertime. Somebody trying to cuddle with you and you sweating and shit.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with no heat. No, it ain't got nothing to do with no heat. The point of the matter
is,
run
air every day in the hood.
Summertime gives everybody the ability, like you said, to show a little skin. And so it just, we looking at each other from a different kind of standpoint. You're more sexualized during the summertime than you are during the wintertime. Wintertime, you're covered up. It's almost like a modest season. It's wintertime. And in summertime, you finally get to show that skin. You finally get to show that leg. If you're a guy, you get to show your muscles. You kind of get to flex on people a little bit. And so, yeah, you want to be single. People are biting more during the summertime.
I feel like y'all trying to water it down. Like, I feel like I know there's plenty of people out there with the specific mindset, like, yo, it's summertime, I'm about to turn up. Like, they're with the whole thought, like, no, literally with the thought mentality, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you think it's a lot of women that do that?
Yeah.
I think it's mainly men.
I feel like there's a lot of women that are
the city boys.
I think it's mainly men.
And we started out with the city girls. I feel like there's a whole city girls movement.
The same way she take it in the wintertime. It's men who come out here and they act like they got all these options because unfortunately they do. But y'all come out here with that whole mentality of
y'all still thinking men are dogs stage. Okay, cool,
blah blah.
But we're talking about this new day
generation of women
with these new millennial women who are out here with the mindset
so they woke up one day and we just said we ain't gonna mess with no guys. Whoever come to me, they didn't just wake up that way. We have been groomed. We have been molded to be this way. Y'all come in and y'all set that
He's basically talking about some. When it's time to get their buns out.
Coming at them on a different kind of way, and so they just did what they did.
I'm talking about the girls out there is like, yo, I'm about to go out here and bust open for a bag.
That's completely equal. No, that's completely equal to a man.
No, for a Birkin. Like not
exactly.
I mean,
I'm a city boy.
I'm
trying to be smashing for a bit. They got the cash out scam too. I don't need no Birkin bag though. You can buy me a Nike flip flop, some Versace cologne or something, you know.
Men are getting their prize from it, and so women are tired of sitting back and giving men sex and getting nothing out the deal, but him sleeping with multiple people. So at the end of the day,
I'm all for y'all finally using what y'all body to get what y'all want.
No, that's not what I want to say though. That's the bad part about it.
She just saying that we just trying to play the game.
Yeah, we've adapted. We're trying to find a way to fit into this mentality that men have been giving off, that relationships are important, even though most women do feel like they would like a relationship over.
But y'all so you trying to say that it don't got nothing to do with the season though? Because y'all seen a different story in the wintertime. It's cuffing season then.
No. We say cuffing season for men. Men's cuffing seasons in the winter, not women. Women can cuff anytime. You guys choose during the winter time when y'all barely cutting y'all beard with the struggle Novembers and all this kind of stuff right here. And then we gotta deal with y'all.
You was trying to cuff. You just said you was tired of us fucking and not getting nothing out of it.
I I just said that we are adapting.
Right, so
to
now
you guys.
now you've adapted, so you're not trying to cuff this summer. That's what
Yeah,
basically
I disagree
from
with
what I've
you
been
with
getting, from what I've been getting, the feedback I've been getting, the females this summer are on some real ass bitch give a fuck by the nigga.
Well,
If you put those lyrics, that sounds just like a man every summer.
basically.
That's not what we're talking about.
No, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I agree
You
with
are trying to
that.
take you guys out of this equation and trying to make it seem like all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, this woman was just like, no, she didn't.
I feel like culture has shifted in a way to where it's like we're back on the whole independent woman thing because a lot of dudes.
That's not
I'm
being
sorry.
independent,
I'm
though.
sorry. It's a lot.
It's independently thinking.
That's
Yes,
being-
it is.
that's being
that
independent.
don't want to
No,
cuff.
that's not being dependent. You're the reaction.
I'm gonna
to
write
your
that Birkin
thought.
bag off of my taxes because
But that's
you
not
my dependent at this point. That's not being independent. You having sex with me to get money and bags and
Yeah,
cars.
that's a way to get your pleasures.
I'm just saying.
What you mean? My
Because they
pleasure.
can't get the
Yeah.
relationship.
Your
But
pleasure.
to be
Right,
more
it's
realistic
not
to the
promoted.
situation, there are more women out here in this world who are having sex and they're not getting pleasure from it than a man. So anytime a man has sex,
Oh.
tell me one
Oh,
man
my
that has
pussy
sex
hurt.
and does not always get
Hold on.
some type of pleasure
All right, okay,
more than a
cool.
woman would.
All right, that you're talking physical, but whatever happened to
No.
good old one
How you know this?
Now we out here, no. Now we
What
out
happened
here
to
trying to
good
flip the script,
old
and now men are
family
trying to
values?
pretend we so innocent. Oh, woo, woo, woo,
Listen,
woo. We innocent.
black men don't
Women
cheat,
out here.
first of all.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Alright.
We're having a full blown Twitter conversation in real life. Like that. What?
Everybody cheats. I'm not just
Black
gonna put it
men
on
don't
men.
cheat.
Everybody cheats.
Oh, so you
Black
out here
women and
cheating?
black men. No, I don't cheat.
Oh, okay. So you see how
She
quick
said,
she
all right now.
Don't get me in trouble. No, I don't cheat.
I mean, I would prefer not to have to cheat. You know, I
You
wouldn't.
said prefer not to have to cheat. So are you cheating?
I wouldn't say I'm a cheater. What would I be cheating on? My situationship? We ain't going there
We
today.
ain't even gonna talk about it. No. The point of so the main point ain't just gonna fall into it. We got to agree to disagree that this shift, as you said, like you said, this shift in culture, the way at one point it was talked about for a man, he was chasing a woman. Now we at the stage where everybody's not chasing each other. If that makes any difference.
But want
Or
to be
just out for
chased.
self.
Yeah, like women at this point. Well, no.
I think it is more out for self because you have women that are going into situations looking at things like, okay, what am I going to benefit from this?
But that's how it should be in general in a relationship.
But
But
no,
everybody
I
should
feel
go
like
into it
you
trying to
should-
figure out what you can benefit. It's just your benefit should not outweigh how much you feel.
I feel like you should bring
So
what
you're getting with someone for the mere fact of I just like you? You ain't thinking of how we can grow
you're
together?
thinking about yourself and
Bro.
what you're bringing to the
Growing
table.
together
And you're
and benefiting from each other is two different things. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all better go back to this drawing board if y'all plan on getting married. Then you have to.
Marriage?
Okay.
I'm trying to just go to the damn football game. Like, let's go some marriage. Go to Taco Bell, get some ranch. Like,
I'm just trying to go on a date.
I just want somebody to say, you go see
okay,
Like,
so let's
yeah.
go ahead and switch this over a little bit. So are we saying that this day and age now, because we all are in a different generation now, but we also at a different age bracket, that I know that you're still dating in general. What I'm saying is nobody's end game is marriage anymore?
My end game right now
Because that would determine how your summers and how your winters go.
is about self. So
you don't have no goals in life of being married. When you
at
get into
this-
relationships, is it just to have sex or whatever? Or
at
is
this
it to
current
get married?
moment, I mean, when I meet somebody, I mean, if I feel like I like them, then we'll see what happens from there. But I'm definitely not thinking
So
like,
you're out here still just
I'm
That's
not-
what I'm saying. It's a lot of
Yes,
people that's
like-
not in a
Just like
space
that.
of wanting to be in a relationship.
So trying to
So
go
That's
there.
why everybody on City Girl and City Boy
So
Summers, and that makes the point.
when you go into a relationship thinking about marriage, like when you start dealing with somebody.
Since I have ever talk to someone in general. Of course, I'm married now, but my goal to be in a relationship is not to just date you just because. What are we dating for? Wow. I've always wanted to have kids. So in general, like my thought process is, first of all, can I take you home to my mom? That's the number one thing. So no, I may not be thinking immediate marriage, but I'm thinking, can I bring you around my family? If I can bring you around my family, then the next step after bringing you around my family would be, can I be with you? Can we get married? Can we do it? But no, I'm not just out here, or I wouldn't be out here dating somebody just to, oh, he looks good for the day, or oh, whatever. Like that's stupid to me.
For me,
I believe in monogamy, so I'm looking for something long term. I'm not trying to be out here every time you turn around dating somebody new just to get new penis or whatever.
But to me, I feel like it's a process. You feel me? Like I don't go into anything with an end result in mind. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta
become successful. Everybody tells you to reach
your
goal. You have to write it down.
Most successful people tell you that
you have to write down your goals.
Most successful people tell you you're going to hear no more than you hear yes.
Right. So why am I going to go into automatically thinking no? If I already know there's going to be a whole bunch of no's before I get to my yes. So let me start mentally preparing myself for that yes. Because if I'm used to hearing no, then I'm not going to know how to react to a yes.
But you don't know though. From at that jump, you don't know. You don't know.
And you have to think.
You have to get to know somebody.
Y'all going to a test expecting to fail?
You have to.
Because that's what you're telling me.
You have to realize that the way that you dated your husband, y'all met in school. Y'all had time to where y'all were in the same vicinity for a bulk of the time. Y'all really able to get to know one another, block everything out, blah, 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 all that stuff. We're not afforded that same opportunity in dating now. So for you to go into it saying, okay, I'm going to go on my first date, I already know in my head whether or not I can marry you and I can do this. And I don't know that. It's a process.
So let me say this then.
But I'm not going into it with that expectation every single time either, because I may just come out of it with a real cool friend.
You could get a real cool friend whether you think about coming into it as marriage or not. But my thought is, so we are willing to go into a relationship and automatically think whether or not I'm going to have sex with this person or not. Well, but I can't go into it thinking whether or not I want to be married to you or not. Because if I'm willing to have sex with you, then I should be willing to look at you as a marriage partner.
Okay, so this is where I think
that's why there's so many single mothers and single fathers out here right now.
Okay, but that's a whole separate situation. At the end of the day, you have a traditional family value goal plan in your head set up, and that's the path that you take and you took. Everybody else is not like that. We not trying to. There's a lot of people out there, including me. Marriage is like 5, 6 on my to-do list. Like, it's a goal. It's a goal, but my person, like growing up with the type of values that I have, it's more so about self. Like, I'm gonna do things to make myself successful. I'm gonna not have to worry about, oh, I gotta spend money on a child or somebody's car because, that's what family does.
But you're not ready for a family, so just say I'm not looking into marriage because I'm not ready
for
it's family. But people get families all the time, and that's more serious than any marriage can be, is having a child in general. That goes with you as long as they live or you live. Now, what I'm saying is that there are long-term effects of being in these throw-around relationships, so why not be willing to get into a relationship looking for something long-term?
Because everybody does not want to be married. No. Imagine this. Imagine growing up.
But everybody can have kids.
You can grow up.
And there's a lot of
everybody can't have kids, but people are having kids. That's irrelevant to them wanting to have a family though. That's just them being stupid and not putting on a condom.
But that's what I'm.
So alright, so get into relationships and marriage. Like, so my thing is going through these experiences, getting to know somebody and all that. Like, when I say you don't go into it with the end result in mind, is because I don't know who this person's going to be. So my question to y'all would be is, how long do you get to know somebody or date somebody before you call it a relationship? And then how long are you in a relationship before you start thinking about marriage or you feel like
I can't say that I can speak on the marriage part, but I think that the relationship part is more so when both parties can come to a consensus that, okay, I only want to be with you. I don't want to be texting or going out and meeting with anybody but you. And I think that has to be both parties, because a lot of times I think it can be one-sided where somebody's a little bit more interested, and then you have somebody on the side that's still dabbling in other stuff, and it's like, well, dang, I was in this 100%, but here it is, you still, texting dudes or texting girls on the side, and it's not fair to that other person if it's not that mutual agreement that, again, y'all are going to be in a relationship.
Is there a time limit where there starts to become an expectation of?
Not necessarily, but I feel like it really depends on the frequency in which y'all are seeing each other. If you know that y'all schedules are to a point where it's just like, okay, I really like this person, but I can only see this person like maybe once or twice a month. I can't really gauge whether or not we're going to be in a relationship after 2 or 3 months if our frequency.
This is at 19, 20 years old. So to sit back and hear that we're more mature now and we're much older and we understand what relationships are and we understand all this kind of stuff and we've all done been through something in a relationship that has made us feel some kind of way, to hear us feel like, only after 2 or 3 dates that we've had that I cannot do it. Like, it would be weird to do it feels weird to me, because I feel like ultimately, and this is just my standpoint of things, that I felt like every person has a mate. And so your end goal is to be with someone, whoever that may be, that's your end goal. So when you get something started, it's not so that I can move on to something else. That's where people don't believe in monogamy anymore, because we're not even looking to be monogamous. We're in this situation and we're viewing it automatically like, I'm just gonna come here, let's just see what happens. So every time you drove your car and you got in that bit and that's all you felt like to get to the next point is, let's see what happens, you ain't feeling safe. So that's why there's so many people out here, they are on their own thing, and you guys are out here doing your thing, not just because I'm trying to get to you, but because you cannot even be vulnerable anymore to be able to say straight on, like, yo, after 3 days, I should be able to tell you, like, nah, I ain't seeing this working out. Because I know what I want at the end, and it ain't you. So we go on and on and on until we find something different, and that's when people start cheating on each other. And all
but
kind
I
of
think it's also a game that's being played as well, because I think a lot of women, or people in general, I feel like we go into situations and we, say, okay, well, what do you want out of this? Do you see yourself being in a relationship? Are you even looking for a relationship right now? And a lot of times and I've fallen victim to it, where you fall into the line of, oh, well, I don't really know. I'm not looking for a relationship right now, but if, the right woman came along or what have you, then I could potentially see myself, being in a relationship. So it turns into, oh, well, yeah, he said he don't really want a relationship right now, but, if things work out, maybe that could be, what we end up in, because that's what I want. And then it's like you really, this whole thing turns into another situationship.
Do you believe everybody has a soulmate?
That's hard for me to say. Right about now, I'm thinking no. Because I ain't found mine yet. But just because you haven't found them doesn't mean that it's hard to believe in something that you haven't experienced.
That ain't the point, though.
That is the point.
No.
There's not a right and wrong way in this conversation.
No.
So I just want you to understand that, because what the path that you chose to take in your life is really coming through right now, and I feel you. But don't be trying to put people like me down that just want to live their best single life. Like,
my point to say is, like,
we're dating without a purpose.
No. Is that you guys are out here dating. No, my point is that you're single, but you're out here dating. And ultimately, if you're dating someone, it should be for an end goal. I'm not saying that you cannot, just like you said, live my best life. But just do that, like you said, just be on that, just be out there. But so many times.
So let me say this. I don't believe in soulmates. I believe that you can be with somebody and you can make a choice to make a relationship work, right? So when you say, all right, you find somebody and you're like, I'm not trying to get married right now, they haven't made it, so they're never gonna find their soulmate because they haven't made a decision to be like, I'm looking to settle down. Now, on the flip side of that, it's why I said I don't go into relationships looking at the end game is because when I say you can make the choice to find someone and be like, okay, this person I'm gonna choose through the good times and the bad to be with till death do us part, is I want to find somebody that I can choose to do that for. You feel me? Like, you have to show me that you're worth it. You have to show me that I'm gonna want to wake up to you every morning. You gotta show me that you're the one, and you're only gonna find that through experiences. So I don't go into it with my end goal that, okay, I gotta get married. I go into like, let me find out who this person is, and if this person is the one, then I'm gonna make a decision. No matter how much she pisses me off every now and then, I'm gonna stick through it because this is who I want.
What is that any different than what I just said?
Because it's not.
Because all you guys are hearing is all you guys are imagining is Tab is married and Tab is pushing us to get married. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you.
Can I make a comment?
Yes, we have a guest audience from the audience. Somebody carry out the mic.
I'm gonna just come this way, so I'm not in the camera. I think what Tabitha is saying. What you're saying, right? You got to prove to me. You got to show me this. How can anyone prove that to you, or how can you prove that to anyone if the situation that you're using to make that judgment off of, y'all both came in a situation like, fuck it.
Nah,
it's like work for the job you want, not the job you have. Like, I'm not going into
the situation. So I'm not saying it's not a prove yourself in these situations. I'm saying show me who you are. You feel me?
But if I'm going in the situation like I really ain't trying to get married, I ain't really want shit long term. I'm not even gonna put myself in a position to be vulnerable enough with you for you to see that part, okay, and neither will you. And then you got a whole generation of people saying
that's what you're showing me. So if you're showing me that you're not ready for that anyway, then that's not what I'm looking for with you.
You're both not ready for that because y'all both just living y'all best life.
At the same time, it works. Like if we dating or whatever, and I start to feel that those feelings for you doing the right things and showing me things, then maybe I would start to reconsider how I feel about being with somebody. But no, like when we go out to eat that first time, no, I'm not going out to eat with you because I'm trying to work towards marriage. I just want to go fucking eat. I want good company.
But eating is, but y'all was talking about out smashing. So if you single, living your best life, you're not caring, and you meet this person and you open and you smash somebody that in the back of your mind you're not thinking about possible long term with this person. That's why you got so many ain't shit baby daddies and ain't shit baby mamas, because people had sex with people they knew, one, I have no interest in, and they ain't got interest in me, but now we're pregnant. Now we got a permanent situation.
Should've used a condom.
Condoms bust. That ain't got nothing to do with
it. But people don't use them at all. Well, so using the excuse that they bust is irrelevant because
it has nothing to do with it. Like you can have sex without having babies. Like,
allegedly.
But my point to prove, and you guys are all proving the point. Because you guys keep bringing up relationships, and all I'm saying to you is that once you start looking at relationships, once you start saying the word dating and relationships, courting, dating, if that's what you mean, then that's different. Then yes, you're just friends and y'all are hanging out and y'all are going to get stuff. But once you have crossed the line and you start looking at each other from a physical standpoint, where you know that relationship and feelings start getting involved, then I do feel like at that point you need to start looking at it from the standpoint of, can I be with you in the long run?
Oh my God, I wanted to say it so bad.
And that's why there's so many women out here who can only go on a couple of dates, and she has to question whether or not she can be in a relationship with a guy, because y'all will sit around and y'all will smash left and right, knowing y'all have no thoughts of any emotion in with this woman.
When did we start talking about smashing? I thought we was talking about
smashing comes with relationships. That's how people solidify if they're in a relationship or not. If
smashing comes with relationships. Listen, relationships come with smashing. Smashing doesn't necessarily come with relationships.
Exactly. And see,
Yes,
I feel
you're
like
right.
people.
You're right.
I
Some
feel like
people
people
will
who
wait.
believe that they be on that. Oh, when you have sex with somebody, it's like a spiritual connection. Like,
So you don't think we're tied into the universe?
Hell no, that's too much.
So on a full moon day, your body doesn't feel at peace and at ease. Are you telling me that you're not connected to this earth? Because if you are individually connected to this earth, then you are individually connected to every person that's in here, which also means that if you share yourself intimately, then yeah, you do feel something with that person.
So
I don't believe that.
So if the
You
moon
just
is in the
don't
right
believe it.
spot, she might get a Birkin that night.
If you believe that, that is very much so possible.
You guys.
So possible.
I mean,
I don't know. Y'all
okay,
like,
so
y'all are taking me and y'all are making me feel like I'm telling y'all to get married. I'm not telling you that. I'm just telling y'all that y'all are doing a lot of stuff that people do before they think about getting married. So you should just think about getting married. That's what I'm trying to say. And y'all keep telling me, I want to be able to smash, I want to be able to live with you, I want to be able to cuddle with your woman till you do everything that somebody in a relationship that leads to a marriage would do. But if I say think about marriage, oh my goodness, I gotta think about marriage.
Because marriage is a business / a job. I already
y'all working a lot of
have
part-time
Raising a
jobs
kid is
there.
too.
I already have multiple jobs. I'm not gonna willingly go around looking to sign up for another one that doesn't pay, but only is an expense. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Y'all are in all of it. Y'all are saying all of this, but y'all are all in these relationships with these people.
Who is?
And y'all
Okay.
are trying to,
Okay, well, you know.
You in that relationship, all you ain't do is you ain't got no title. That's all that is.
That's what's
But
up.
in the same relationship, you
that's
still halfway doing something.
That's a debate that I have with a lot of men when I go on dates. I say at this point in time, a lot of times there isn't any true benefit to being in a relationship anymore, because you can find somebody that you can just smash. You can find somebody who you can just go out and have fun with and y'all share them common interests. You have somebody who late at night, because they feel lonely and you feel lonely, they cool with talking on the phone or cuddling or whatever. So it's just like, to a lot of people, although I want to be in a relationship, I do know that I'm dealing with men that have a whole hell of a lot of options. And if I'm not willing to give them everything that they're wanting, they can find these individual things in several different women, and they're fine with doing it.
Listen, let me ask y'all a question. Who told y'all that humans were meant to be monogamous anyway?
They're not. But at the end of the day, it's a societal standard that I want, period. I want one man.
She gonna fire all of us today. we got her too mad.
So we not saying that,
What makes your decision the right decision?
First of all, let's talk about how old is everybody in the room? So I'm 30. I'm 28,
about to be 25 next month.
I'm in between 25 and 30.
Oh my God.
Okay, Carly Red. That would everybody
like, ain't nobody finna have my age on document.
I just hit 29, you feel me, Aries?
So we're literally all the same age. So
the point that I'm trying to say is, we're having this young folk conversation, and we all are sitting here and we grown. The thing is, let's take this all the way. No, listen.
Whoa.
You just said.
What is that?
Y'all are telling me that y'all don't want to be.
What the?
First of all, did y'all just hear what Shaq just had to say?
Yeah, and it sound good.
No, not what she said. When y'all just laughed and y'all made that comment that y'all made, she just said something, and she was like, "That's why I'm out here." And I can't remember your exact words, but you said, "That's why I'm out here looking for." No, not being married is not monogamy does not exist. And you said that's why I'm just out here trying to find a relationship, even though I don't believe in it. My point to say,
relationships.
monogamy, not relationships. We talked about monogamy. You said, should everybody be with? Can everybody be with one person?
Because it's not.
And you said that is the new age thing, but you didn't say that you agreed to the new age. You just said that I wanted to be in a
because
relationship.
basically humans are not. He's saying scientifically, humans are not meant to be monogamous. That's something that we've created by society. Right. If humans were monogamous, then men wouldn't be able to inseminate so many different women. So by nature, we're not.
Now hear this out. So how many?
Can you only fall in love one time?
No, allegedly.
And I was saying that I recognize that that's true. That's a concept that I'm knowledgeable of.
Every time
supposed to be with just one person?
No, every time whales have babies, they have babies with a different animal. These niggas ain't out here married. Seahorses don't get married. None of the animals in the world get married,
but
except for us, except for our goofy selves. They out here having babies by different people every time.
You guys are looking at marriage from a legal standpoint. Yes, government is something that has been added in. No, there is not a government for animals, but they do have a sense of what they call order, their version of order. Our version of order is just signing a piece of paper to agree that I just want to be with this one person. But you guys are saying that I'm not supposed to be with one person, but I'm out here searching for that one person that can do everything that I need that one person to do, but I'm not supposed to be with one person.
But see, that's the common misconception.
Yeah,
I'm searching.
So
you just said that I'm not. Yeah, you said I'm not looking, but if somebody appeals to me with the things that I like, then I'm looking.
No, we're all no matter what, we're all looking for connections. That's just natural.
It's
like,
whether it be
a friend,
have more than one significant other.
Right. So listen. So we're
all because the only people who lose in that situation is a woman, because she has to then share herself with you with another woman. But how many people are in a relationship where the man is multiple and the woman is one? Now we're looking at a completely different subject. So we're talking about
we're seeing that a lot more now, though. That's what we're saying. That's why city girls are popping like that. We see that a lot more now.
That's not the same thing as saying that I want to be with multiple people. It does not mean multiple people individually. When you say that somebody should not be monogamous, then you're saying that they should not be with one person at all. They should always be with multiple people.
There are plenty of women out here now that are using different men for different aspects of their life.
I feel like it more so plays into the concept that I was saying because you can't find one person to provide all of those things that you want. You're finding several different individual people.
But that's because you're not taking the time out to look, so you're not finding that person who fits all those fantasies. Number one, there's not going to be one person who's 100% going to fit all the fantasy.
To say
but
that
you can find different pieces to, you know what I'm saying? So if that's the thing, there's never going to be a Mr. or Miss
that you're going to find you're going to be looking for a long ass time trying to find somebody, and I'm just saying now that's going to have all of the things that you're like, the core values and the core
that's because that's all I'm asking is the core. I'm not asking for you to be 100%, but just the core. So you mean to tell me that there's not nobody, like people aren't dating out here no more to find that? That's I'm glad I'm not dating anymore. That's so crazy to me to tell me that people are out here. But that's sad. That's just sad that people can't date anymore and know that if I'm with you that you can give me all the things that I just need. And I ain't telling you to be 100 because we still are trying to develop. But you mean to tell me that there's not one person out here who you know is like how you said.
You grew up watching fairy tales, huh?
No, what does? So I have to believe in a fairy tale. I have to believe that there's a king and a queen and a little princess.
We're just saying that. We're just saying that, and you speak in the way that you're speaking right now. It seems
I used to believe in fairy tales till I got hit with real life.
What is real life though? Because wow.
Do you mind me asking how did you grow up? Did you grow up with both of your parents?
No, I did not. And my mother got married 3 times and got divorced and all of them. So there's only one relationship that I know of in my family where they have been together for a long time, and they weren't even the long-term relationship because they still started late in their life.
Right. So do you feel like because you didn't grow up with seeing happy marriage that made you want one because you never experienced it?
No.
I mean, I don't know. It's just because
I didn't grow up with the how people say you planned your wedding. I didn't grow up with none of that kind of stuff. But when I met Adrian, and he can tell you this, not being here today, he can tell you this, that I always told him I never thought about marriage until I met you. Until I met you, I was out here having a good time, living my best life.
So all the things that you trying to get us to practice You didn't even have to practice.
I didn't tell y'all to do that. I said you guys are out here saying that you're dating people, but you're not looking for a long term. That's what I said. I kept telling you guys that you guys kept trying to make me feel like I was pushing marriage on y'all.
You weren't looking for a long term.
And then I said after 4 months of dating him, I knew that's what I wanted. So that's what I'm saying. I went into it, maybe not when we first got together. You guys kept telling me.
So what got you to the point where you was with him for these 4 months?
Because he felt my cord. So everything that I felt like I needed in somebody, he was providing at that time. So then I started doing that.
So that's the thing. Does that happen for everybody? Does that happen for everybody? Does everybody find out somebody that fills their core?
But when I was, we dated, but we were dating. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
we were dating. So I may not have been thinking of marriage, but I was.
That's something that you happened upon. If you go out there with the mentality that, okay, I want a relationship and that's what I'm looking for, if you see that
at that age now where we should be.
But what I'm saying is you somehow kind of wasting your time and your energy if you think that you're going to seek that and you're going to find it. It's something that is going to happen. When it happens, it happens. But in the meantime, I may date multiple people. I may go decide that, hey, I'm just out here living my best life. But to sit up here and say that, oh, I'm looking for a husband, I just don't think that that's a realistic concept anymore. But people who decide to date multiple folks at one time, I say I was gonna do that, and it's draining. It's very draining with multiple people because it's just like you have several different.
It's not if you all got an understanding though.
No, but I think a lot of times guys can be a lot more aggressive. So it's like if you are looking at your phone and you got 4 or 5 different text messages of somebody saying that they want to see you or they want to spend time with you or they want to take you out, it's just like. It's a lot to try to figure out which way you want to go, and you don't even really know these people like that.
I know plenty of females who got different names saving food.
Well, I don't do that. At the end of the day, I could buy my own food.
Can I make a suggestion here real fast? First of all, we have to table the discussion. So I suggest that we wrap it up, and we'll continue to keep the conversation going. So let's leave the people off with some positive vibes so that we could transition on to the next episode. If that means like we ain't gonna be able to drop all the gems. They're gonna have to.
Alright, so for today, I'm gonna say I don't know. Who says humans are supposed to be monogamous anyway? Like, go ahead and find what's right for you. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people put too much pressure on themselves to find that perfect one when you really just need to find what's right for you and do what's best for you. Don't go into it expecting something. Go and find something that fulfills you. And it might not be one person, it might be more than one.
I would say my positive word for the day is I think it's more of a concept. We didn't really talk about it today, but I think that it's really self-love and kind of knowing yourself, and in you doing that, I think that it will affect the way that you move and interact with other people. And I mean, I do believe in kind of, in this dating climate, kind of putting yourself first.
My positive little tidbit for today is just gonna be, I don't know, man. It's kind of like Shaq took mine's. Like, really, in order for you to really like wake up every day and be happy, I feel like it has to be something that you want to do. So whatever makes you happy, whatever keeps you stress-free, that's what you should do. If that's another person, cool. If it's a job, if it's just being by yourself, making yourself happy, do that.
Okay.
Marijuana.
My vibe is just go with what you feel is best. Don't be influenced by what society says for you to do, but do what you feel like your heart wants for you to do, whatever that may be. That's your choice, but stand strong behind your choice, and don't let your choice be a reflecting of what others are doing, but be a true reflection of how you feel and what you're doing.
This is Unfiltered. This is Unfiltered.